Welcome, admitted students. My name is Arasha Lalani, and what I love to do most is share stories. Today, I get to share mine. When I was applying to colleges, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to study, so I picked a few different paths for myself. Acting, journalism, communications. I thought I'd figure it out when I got there. There soon became Emerson College, a school that gave me the opportunity to design my own major, combining elements of all three. I call it television, personality, and performance. I visited Emerson right before I was making decisions, and I went on a campus tour, following two Emerson students who told me all about the dining hall and the academics, but of course, what I cared about was what you all are probably wondering too, the student experience. What would it be like to live on my own? What was there to do outside of class? Is there a curfew in college? The student ambassadors answered every one of my questions, laughing at each other as they reminisced some of their own memories while talking to me. One of them talked about being the host for the Evie Awards, which happen to be a huge thing at Emerson. In fact, it is the largest student-run multi-camera award show in the country. What stood out most to me, though, was hearing them speak about involvement on campus. They shared that students aren't told to wait to start joining organizations, going out for leadership roles, or being a part of productions and projects. You jump in right away. Heading home to Texas that day, I messaged my mom that I was officially going to be a Lion, and that I would go on to host the Evie Awards someday, which I did, alongside one of my best friends that I made in my freshman year. Like many of my fellow Emersonians, I managed to fit a few more experiences in between. In the next few years, I would run for Class of 2021 President, leading a council of students to run events and show some spirit for our school. I would go on to start my own menstrual health organization at Emerson, implementing free pads and tampons in our campus restrooms. I would study abroad in a 14th century medieval castle in the Netherlands, traveling to 11 different countries and making lifelong friends along the way. I would become a resident assistant, taking on the responsibility of making on-campus life a home away from home. I would join a sorority, Alpha Epsilon Phi, integrating sisterhood into my core values. I would be a student in the honors program, eventually completing a 60-page thesis about the role that Bollywood movies played in my life as an immigrant. Finally, I would become a student ambassador myself, hoping to make that same impact on another student trying to find their future at Emerson. This semester is my last, but this upcoming semester could be your first. I chose this school not because of any one thing, but because of the blending of all the possibilities that stood out to me. Even during a global pandemic, I've been able to find my voice at Emerson. I found new approaches to being on stage, new paths to performing, and a new way to share my story. Thankfully, I had a community surrounding and supporting me every step of the way. Boylston Street no longer feels like any other block. Emerson no longer feels like any other school. And Boston no longer feels like any other city. All of these things feel like home, and I'll carry them with me wherever I go next.